Welcome to Let's Go Football. I'm Grandpoobear, here riding the high, the vibe of a historic Detroit Lions win. Joined, of course, here today with Esfand, who's streaming from the depths of hell, whatever room he's in.
I don't know where he's at.
Look, this isn't a normal day. I'm in a TV studio in Los
You
Angeles,
sure that's a
California.
TV studio?
It is, okay, on a Genshin Impact set. Getting ready to do an Amazon show after this in cooperation with Genshin Impact. Okay, this is not my normal room. Anybody who's new here. Okay. I promise it's not my normal room.
Listen, we
But
know
I'll be
you.
honest, it's pretty impressive though.
It's a lot, yeah. It looks like a bedroom. I realize now you're on the set when we get the wide shot, but it looks like a bedroom. Yeah.
You guys want to see the behind the scenes? Look at this.
Yeah.
Look at all that. They just turned off the house lights because they're doing some stuff, but they're building out sets. And
Damn, your house is that big? You have a background set?
this is not. This is not my house. It's not my house. No. But it's gonna be good. I'm excited, but I'm not too excited. But I'm excited. It's gonna be a good show today. So.
That's cool. No, he left the flies at home, thankfully. But we got also, of course, best-selling author, fresh off his book tour, Ryan Shazier. How are you doing, my friend? Welcome back. How was last week?
I'm glad to be back, man. It was pretty fun. I had a good time. You know, be able to go on Good Morning America, then go to Ohio State and watch us win that big game versus Duke, and then also have a book release. It was pretty amazing. I had a really good time.
Wait, you said something about Ohio State winning. I don't remember that happening anyway.
Ohio State beat the number one team in the nation in basketball. I'm not sure.
It's a basketball show now. I get it. Yeah, we're just moving on to Ohio State.
Ryan Hollywood Shazier. Oh my God. Wow.
You know what? Hey man, you looked good. It was great seeing you on Good Morning America. What was that like? Tell us a little bit about that experience. That doesn't get much bigger than that, you know?
Yeah, no, that was a pretty cool experience to be able to go in there and just talk about what was going on in my life, to kind of talk about my experience overcoming all the adversity I dealt with, but then also just to talk about my book that just came out, Walking Miracle. It was a really exciting time, a real fun time, and I'm really happy that I got the opportunity to do that. I appreciate you, Poobear. There we go.
See, Ryan,
I got it.
Ryan, I don't know how to read, but if I buy one of them, will you sign it for me?
It's on an audiobook. I can sign your audiobook.
Oh, that's right. Okay, yeah, I'll get a cassette tape, and you can sign the cassette tape.
Yeah, just buy the book, and then I'll sign it, and then buy the Audible book so you can listen to it.
There you go. I get the two.
Yeah, absolutely. We got a lot of great stuff coming up today. Lakefield University esports coach and Packers all-time leading rusher Ahman Green is here. We'll recap the scintillating battle between the New England Patriots and Buffalo last night. That was a game. I tell you what, that was a football game last night. And our buddy Austinshow agreed to come back and talk a little bit about his Minnesota Vikings going down to my Detroit Lions in a dominant fashion. It was a very, very exciting game. We're excited to have him back as well. I mean, but we got to talk real quick. I mean, this was a great weekend for Michigan football in general, and let's just go ahead and start with college football because let's talk about Ohio State, the Ohio State Michigan game, which we had a lot on the line, a lot riding on the line.
So hey, let me ask you, Pooh.
I don't remember this.
I think I remember this pretty good. I want to double check here. So wasn't the bet that Ryan, you had to read something, a statement from Grandpoobear, and then he had to post it online? Is that what it was?
No, I didn't have to post it.
I think
sure?
You know what? We'll clip it and we'll retweet it.
Yeah, maybe.
I'd have to post it.
Yeah, we'll retweet it. And I actually sent him this statement here because Ryan really likes to talk about Ford Field, the home of the Detroit Lions, the 1957 NFL champion Detroit Lions. And he really likes to speak on the quality of the stadium here. So I wanted to let him give his true facts and feelings about the stadium. So Ryan, I mean, really, whenever you're ready to pay up for this bet, I mean, you can take it away. I mean, here you should have the statement on your phone.
Unfortunately, I lost the text message.
Oh yeah. I mean, I can resend it if you need.
It says, Ford Field, located in beautiful downtown Detroit, is a modern miracle of architecture.
You're really gonna make him say
Opened
this?
in 2002, it has hosted events such as football, NCAA, basketball, and many conventions for dying businesses. Oh, I mean, thriving
Dominant
businesses.
businesses,
Thriving. I'm sorry.
thriving businesses.
It is also by far my favorite stadium to play in, given that it is extremely soft playing field and amazing fan base that attends games each and every week. I hope more pro sport teams learn from this modern miracle in Detroit known as Ford Field. That was my bet. There we go. You got
That
it.
was great.
Oh, you got it.
That was
All right, so
great.
since that is over, Hinesville is so much better than Ford Field. But that was a good
sorry.
win
We
for
gotta
you
move
guys.
on. We gotta move on. Actually, Esfand.
That was a good win for you guys. That was a good win for you guys.
Esfand, do you feel satisfied with the bet right there as the official bet referee? Wait, did we lose Esfand? Can we not hear him?
I
We
think my
can't hear-
audio's cut out real
Esfand
quick.
can't hear.
Hang
Oh,
on.
he's put. You know what?
Can you guys hear me?
The fresh depths of hell in anime. Let's just go ahead. You know what? Let's all good. Let's talk about Monday Night Football last night. The Patriots beat the Bills 14-10
Of
in a
course, the
game
problem.
that was straight out of the 1930s. We had 40-mile-per-hour winds and Mac Jones throwing only 3 passes as the winning quarterback. Ryan, have you ever played in a game with weather like? I mean, Pittsburgh had some crazy weather. Pennsylvania gets some wild stuff. Have you ever played in a game with weather like this?
So I played in
This kick.
extremely cold games,
34 yards that kick was, by the way.
bro. But I never played a game that was that crazy. Like that weather was wild. Like the first kick of the game went into the stands. Like I'd never seen anything like that before. That was old school football. Before they knew that you could throw the ball 50 times, that was old school football right there. To me, it was a good game. Obviously, a lot of fans didn't like it because you seen the ball get ran over 50 times in one game. But it was a good football game. The biggest thing is always trying to find a way to win, and that's what Bill Belichick does. He finds a way to win, and that's what he did today. Obviously, it was ugly. The Bills Mafia didn't like it, but the Patriots, hey, they said we're still here, no matter if we have Tom or not. So I don't know what Esfand is doing in the background. Like I don't know what he's doing.
He's enjoying his anime pillows. I mean, right there, you see Florian sources say the fact that Josh Allen hit as many passes as he did was impressive, to be honest. I mean, to be fair, he had a 50% pass completion percentage, but I mean, we saw like the deep ball he threw to Diggs, where Diggs looked over one shoulder and then had to adjust to the other shoulder, ended up dropping that touchdown pass late in that game. I mean, for all intents and purposes, the Bills defense played pretty well outside of one 60-yard rush there. Look at this final stat line from Mac Jones. Do you ever think, when's the next time we'll ever see a quarterback throw 3 passes in a game?
I don't think that'll happen for a long time. I think it'll be more. It had to be another situation like the one we just saw, or it's just raining so bad, or it's so foggy that you just can't see. I think that will be the situation where it'll be a quarterback only throws the ball 3 times or something like that. But as of right now, I think we're not going to see that for a long time.
So
for a defense? Sorry, go ahead, Esfand.
I'm just gonna add. I'm pretty sure they said the last time anything close to this happened was like in 1974 or 57 or years and years and years ago.
Yeah.
Somebody completed 2 passes or attempted 2 passes.
Yeah.
And it just hasn't even been close to that since then.
Yeah, it was the quarterback for the Baltimore Colts, which lets you know how old that is. That team plays in Indianapolis, and Cleveland plays in Baltimore, and also Cleveland. No, it was wild. I mean, Esfand, like, have you ever seen anything like it? But like, as the players, did you guys get excited for rain or snow? Is it like, does it favor offense, defense? Like, if any of those happen?
To me, I like the game if it was about 50 degrees, maybe 45, but I don't want all the extra stuff. Like if it's raining if it's raining, obviously it's kind of cool to play defense in the rain. It's kind of slipping and sliding, but then it's also a disadvantage because you're slipping and sliding as well. But I prefer the game be a little chilly, but that's about it. I don't need all that. I don't need it to be that windy. That's terrible.
See, I played in one game that I remember that was kind of like that, and everybody was hurt. Like everybody had something wrong with them, or they were sick, or something for the whole. Like if it wasn't even after the game. It was like by halftime, everybody had something wrong with them. Like their knees were hurting. They like somehow caught the flu like mid game. It just something was wrong, and I remember how terrible it is. I feel like you said, it's a disadvantage. I feel like it's a disadvantage for everybody. You play offense, you play defense. It's just a disadvantage for everyone. It sucks.
I want to start off by saying sorry that I'm eating so much.
You need your Chick-fil-A. Listen, you gotta have your Chick-fil-A.
My other food spot was closed. So.
Listen, you're eating Chick-fil-A. Esfand's, streaming from a 10-year-old's bedroom, and I'm over here being professional. Okay, so don't worry, I'll take care of it. Esfand, but real quick, I want to say,
go ahead.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, Ryan, have you seen the very pog in my chat? The BTTV emote. They made an emote out of you eating chicken.
Really?
Yeah, they did.
No, I didn't see that. Can somebody put that emote up, please?
Oh my god, yeah, hook them up.
You might if you have BTTV installed, you should be able to see it.
Yeah, you go them up. Esfand, I want to get your take on this moment though from the post-game presser. A reporter asked the Bills if they should be embarrassed to lose this game, and this was their response. Take a look.
Oh, okay.
Over 40 years since the team has won a game running that few times a game, passing that few times. Is that embarrassing?
I come here every single week and I answer your questions truthfully, honestly. I appreciate you guys. Don't do that. Don't do that.
In my day, players answer that.
We didn't have that all in the tweet, but right before that, they were getting heated with. You worked in football media. Is that a fair question?
Here's my thing. Like, I feel like sometimes when you yes, they're doing their job, but there's a line, right? And you got to know how to ask questions, because part of their job isn't to ask questions. Their job is to get answers. And if you don't ask questions the right way, then you're not going to get the answers that you're supposed to be trying to get. You see what I'm saying? So if you ask questions in a certain way and somebody gets offended or somebody gets upset about it, and then they don't respect you anymore and they don't respect what you do, then you're not going to get those answers. So that's how I feel about it. I also think it's hilarious. I love it.
Esfand, they got the answer that they wanted. It's constantly getting talked about in the media, but then it's also think about it. If they would have asked the Bills, if the Bills did the same thing to the Patriots, and they're like, do you think it's embarrassing that the Patriots defense could not stop the run? They would have been like, yeah, man, it's embarrassing. You know what I'm saying? Like, to me, I think it was more that they were mad at the situation of how they lost. So then their response was they were upset. So then they responded with more anger. In my opinion.
Well, I can see that too.
I don't feel like that being a bad question, because the thing is, it's embarrassing. They ran the ball on you 40 times. They stopped it. You know, they only scored one touchdown, but they stopped it. Like, they stopped them.
Yeah, but what I'm saying, it also stopped the interview. You know what I mean? Like, if because they want to ask more questions and want to get more out of them. Now, with that being said, and you're saying maybe they did get the responses they wanted, you're probably not going to get a better, more charged response than that, right? So at the end of the day, maybe they did get what they want, and this is constantly being talked about in the media now. So maybe you are right, Ryan, about that part. But I still think, like, I mean, guys, then you end up in a situation where, like, you look at, it was the meme with Marshawn Lynch, like, oh, I'm just here so I don't get fined. And then Marshawn Lynch ended up just, like, not talking to the media anymore. So then you, like from a media perspective, well, now you just lose Marshawn's take on everything. But if you want to get people to listen to your interviews, and you want to get people to tune into what you're doing, and then people are now just watching Marshawn to say, hey, like, I'm here so I don't get fined, even though he's not saying anything, but now people are listening because they think it's so funny. Maybe that is the end result. Maybe it's not about the actuality of what it is. maybe the end result is literally just who's listening or how many people are listening.
I
To
would
me-
say
There you go.
right before that section though, too, him and a teammate both expressed that they did their job last night. They only gave up 14 points in one big run. And what are you gonna do? You run the ball 50 times, one big run might happen. That's exactly what they said. So I will say they seemed really frustrated with the offense, and then maybe frustrated they were being asked that question and not Josh Allen. But we got to move on from that real quick. It was a good week for us. Dallas won, Pittsburgh won, and most importantly, the Detroit Lions won, baby. We got our first win against Minnesota in dominating fashion, obviously with a last-second play. Amazing quarterbacking by Jared Goff. Spectacular coaching by Dan Campbell. Esfand, Cowboys won last Thursday against the Saints. Your Steelers. Yes. Oh, they look good in that game too. And the Steelers beat the Ravens. Let's start with the Steelers right now. I think we got to talk about real quick. We got to talk about this Ben Roethlisberger news before we even get to the game. Ben Roethlisberger came out and said that this is going to be his last season with the Steelers. He's been telling teammates and people within the organization he expects this to be his final season with the Steelers. Ryan, he didn't shut the door on playing for someone else. Do you have any insider info? Do you think that happens? Do you think he plays for someone else? Or do you think this is his last year? Do you think he hangs it up?
So I am not one of the players that Ben has talked to. So just for people to know, but to me, a shame. But to me, I would say that Ben did leave the door open. I feel he said, "Hey, if somebody would take me, I would continue to play." But I think he also said, "Hey, this might be my last season." So I think it's a combination of both. I think he's technically kind of retiring, but not. He's like, I'm done playing, but if somebody still feel like I'm good enough to play for them, I will.
I think there's a lot to unpack here with this because, and for everybody knows Ben Roethlisberger, Pittsburgh Steelers, legendary quarterback, been in the league for years. Tough as nails, incredible reputation, all that stuff for just how long he's played quarterback and everything he's done. But there's so many different layers to this, kind of like you said, Ryan. It's, maybe he's about to hang it up. And I think this is a situation with a lot of players. You see this, right? Like you saw it with Brett Favre in the past. You've seen it. Tom Brady's situation was he wasn't really looking to hang it up. Maybe it was time to move on, right? But players get to a point where they're like, I'm ready to retire in my current situation, right? So maybe if they have an opportunity to, hey, go be a quarterback somewhere else where a team is ready to go win another Super Bowl or something and go out on top, I think that kind of changed the stakes and changes the game a little bit. I also think there's a lot to unpack here with the team and how the team reacts to what Ben is saying. And I think this isn't like middle school. This isn't like high school or even college, right? It's you don't have players out there playing for the love of the game all the time. And we gotta rally around. We're here for the seniors, right? It's senior night. We're here for the seniors. We got to win the seniors' last game, and it's their last season. We got to go to state or whatever it is. Now it's, hey, that guy's gonna retire. He's checked out. Well, to hell with that. I'm just gonna make sure I don't get hurt these last few weeks. And I'm just gonna kind of mail it in until next season. So you have both types of players because you still have that. You still have players like that. And Ryan, you can attest to this and kind of talk about it a little bit more. But you also have guys who they got to watch out for themselves because you're in the NFL. It's a business now. So now you got to weigh your for lack of a better word, like kind of like moral compass and kind of where you stand mentally, like where your heart is versus where your brain is. That's a good one.
I think in this situation though, like a lot of guys know that Ben isn't going to go out there and not give his best. He's not going to go out there and just like kick the can. I think he's going to still try to win, and I don't think they're in a position to. I don't think they're in a position to like everybody just like, hey, we're not going to win any more games. We're not going to make it to the playoffs. We're bad. I think they're in a position of we still have a solid defense. We still have a lot of weapons. So if we get into the playoffs, it's a possibility. I don't think like somebody just said in the chat, I don't think he has interest in playing with anybody else. But, if he goes home, somebody, needs a quarterback before the season starts, they'll be like, hey man, Ben Roethlisberger is available. Maybe he can help us out. I think that's more of what he may be saying than him just like, oh, I'm retiring. But it could be I'm retiring.
Yeah.
But Pooh, did you notice that Esfand had Ed Sheeran in the background?
Yeah, no, he's got. I mean, well, he's a big celebrity back there, Esfand. He's got them all coming in.
Not that guy, but the guy with the green shirt.
Real quick, though, I want to talk about if this is Ben Roethlisberger's final year. Where is he all time? Is he a top 10 quarterback all time? Top 15, top 20? Where does he kind of land in there? Certainly a Hall of Famer, but like, where is he in that conversation?
Yeah, think about that. I would say 15.
Multiple Super Bowls, all with one franchise. Is he the greatest? Let's just say this: is he better than Terry Bradshaw, greatest Steelers quarterback?
In my opinion, he is.
Yeah.
I think
Go ahead.
I think Terry Bradshaw's a better. Both of them are winners. Obviously, you see Ben. I don't think Ben ever had a losing season in his career, as well. He may have had one, but I feel that Terry Bradshaw, obviously he has 4 Super Bowls, so that makes him, one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time. But if you just look at numbers, stats, and everything like that, I think I would put Ben over Terry Bradshaw.
Yeah. Where Esfand does Ben fall for you in the all-time greats,
I think off the cuff, just saying like top 15 or so, I think is probably reasonable, right? Like I think a lot of times it's and even with a Terry Bradshaw comparison, I think this is the case for a lot of quarterbacks and a lot of athletes now versus 20, 30, 40, 50 years ago. People now, they are just bigger, they are faster, they are stronger, and the combination of that is just way more different training techniques, people learning more about how the human body works, all that stuff. So yeah, I think in most cases, if you took a guy today versus a guy who was at the top of the league, 40 years ago or 50 years ago, I think that's probably what you're going to see. You'll see the guy who's more recent be better. But even looking at it for like the era and the time they're in, I think top 15 is very, very reasonable.
Yeah.
There's some discussion about a lot of the times the Steelers' best years have actually come in years where it's not Ben Roethlisberger's statistically his like personal best years, right? So it's like when they've been the most successful is actually whenever Ben hasn't performed his very best in his career, which is I think there's an argument to be had there about like, okay, well, is it because of, are they good because the
was
whole
he ever the best player on the
you know what I mean? Like so that's like a whole thing. But as far as the proof is in the pudding. He's done it for so many years at such a high level. Yeah, I think he's probably a top 15 all-time quarterback.
Yeah.
Jimmy O.B. just said he had 51 game-winning drives. That's crazy.
Pretty crazy. It's actually been really fun to watch chat as they were talking about Ben Roethlisberger this year, and chat was kind of being haters, and now we're talking about Ben Roethlisberger all time, and chat's really giving him his props, which I think he deserves. Like it's interesting for me, like, and maybe we can ask our guest about this, but I would put him somewhere maybe probably above Brett Favre for me. Like he would probably.
Oh, you think he's better than Brett Favre?
I probably have him there.
He doesn't like the NFC East though. Also.
There's there's something about
what
having
would you put Aaron Rodgers
all time that make me be a hater. Where did I put Aaron Rodgers?
Yeah.
Okay, so the greatest quarterback of all time is Tom Brady. That's easy. That's easy for me to say. I said it, dude. I said it. Go there. He has when you have the most interceptions of all time, it's just, Tom Brady's easy for me, greatest quarterback of all time. And then you have a B tier of Peyton,
B tier,
Montana, not a B tier, a one B tier. Like a 1A is Tom Brady. He stands alone. And then you have like a 1. It's like Jordan. And then after that, you'd have, Peyton in Montana would be somewhere in there, in that little vicinity. And then honestly, like you really get like Aaron Rodgers. He's got to be in the top 10.
I have Aaron over Peyton.
You have Aaron Rodgers over Peyton? Well, we're gonna talk. Really? Yeah, I don't have Aaron Rodgers over Peyton, but I know someone who might have Aaron Rodgers over Peyton. are coming up right after break. We're going to have Packers great and Lakeland University esports coach Ahman Green joining us. We'll ask him if Brett Favre is better than Ben Roethlisberger. We want to know what you guys want to ask him. We'll ask him how good Aaron Rodgers is. He played with a QB who couldn't just walk away. We're talking about Brett Favre. We'll talk about how hard it was for him to say goodbye to football. We're going to talk about esports. We're going to talk about Madden. We're going to talk about this amazing collection of jerseys he's got in the background. And I believe that Halo Sweet 3D printed, or is that Gears of War back there?
I think it's is that Black Panther?
Yeah, dude. There's so much going on. I love what's going on in this room here. We're going to talk about it all here coming up in just a few minutes. This is Let's Go Football.
All right.
That was funny. Now that's funny.
Welcome back to Let's Go Football. We're joined here by a very special guest. Football fans know him as the Fantasy Monster. He's the all-time leading rusher in Green Bay Packers history, or the star running back at Nebraska in college. Go Colorado Buffaloes. Right now, he's an esports coach at Lakeland University, and I'm just getting all the hate from him right on, just the more I go on. He's the head coach of esports Lakeland University, which is a varsity esports program. You know what's funny is the producers put in for real, as if like our stream wouldn't, like everyone here, we know that this is varsity programs. Ahman Green, welcome to Let's Go Football. How are you doing, my friend?
I'm doing good. How are you guys doing?
Doing
Wonderful,
fantastic.
wonderful. Yeah, it's super. We're super happy to have you. I mean, first of all, I mean we saw your reaction to my statement here. So I mean, rank them: Big Ben, Rodgers, and Favre. Like, where do they rank in your all-time quarterbacks? You played with a couple of them and against one.
Yeah, I would say I would have to agree. I looked at things online. I went on the internet real quick to check kind of where he's at now playing.
Right.
And he's technically I would say between top 15, top 20 of what he's done and his body of work to be in the Super Bowl within his first couple years of his career. That was big, obviously, and go there and win. And then a couple years later, he kind of do it as a leader, as a veteran on the squad in 2009 and against the Cardinals. So. And then just the yardage and the talent he's had around him over the last couple of years and over his career, really, from the run game, having Jerome Bettis, somebody, I'm trying to think of Willie Speed. I can't.
Willie Parker.
Willie Parker. Yeah.
Willie Parker. That's what Willie Parker. That's what I was trying to think of.
I'll tell you, Willie Parker on Madden, he was too fast.
Fantasy god too, man.
Yeah. So having. And then the coaches, you have Bill Cowher. Like I would have played for Bill Cowher, just because of this. I would have did it just because of that. You show a face like that, I'm like, I could play for you. You my type of coach. And then Tomlin, of course, over the few years, over the last 10 years now, I know his background. I know where he's come from. I know other players that played for him or played with him. And when he was in college, and he's just one of them stand-up guys, shoot you straight, don't sugarcoat stuff. And I like that as a player. Don't play games with me. Just tell me what I need to know so I can get the job done and do it the right way, basically.
So, Ahman, I got to ask you, and you brought this up a little bit, talking about the body of work and the Super Bowls early on, later on as a leader. I know how Ryan feels about this, and my opinion is shared with Ryan in that winning a Super Bowl it's a team sport, right? It takes the whole team. It takes everybody. But
it matters.
How do you feel about the overemphasis on the quarterback in the success of a team winning a Super Bowl? Do you think it's more heavily placed on quarterback? Should it be more heavily placed on quarterback? Where do you stand on that? As an offensive player. As an offensive player,
I think it's definitely too much laid on the quarterback in terms of them winning the Super Bowl. Because as right now, we define as Tom Brady being the guy, but you gotta wait a minute. He's not.
You see his team.
You see his team's defense, coaching staff. I think if it's you just put Tom Brady on the football field and just tell him, okay, you got to go win the Super Bowl by yourself
with the Lions.
I wasn't even gonna throw that in there, but
wait, you're telling me Tom Brady and Megatron don't win a Super Bowl at some point? Come on, man.
They'll get to the playoffs. They'll get to the playoffs. They're not winning the Super Bowl though. I'm sorry.
Hey, my chat, by the way, this is off topic. My chat is just harassing me. They're saying Ahman's room, 10 out of 10. Esfand's room, 0 out of 10. I am on set for a show. Okay, I know this is a football show. We got Ahman has the incredible. He's got all the nerd stuff. He's got all the football stuff. Like I wish Ahman's room looked like my room. Or other way around. I wish my room looked like Ahman's room. I get it. I'm at a studio getting ready for a show. Okay, this is not my bedroom.
This has to be a first in football show history, though, that you're streaming from the all anime studio. Like, it's
I love it.
He got everything. Yeah, Ryan's got taste. He knows.
I agree though, man. I feel like they put way too they put way too high of a standard on the quarterback. Like the quarterbacks are great. Are great, and they do lead the teams. But I feel that like they give them all the credit. Like last night, obviously last night they didn't give Mac Jones the credit, but they consider that a win. But they consider that a win for Mac Jones. And like if you look at Matt Judon, he was like, man, I want to appreciate the offense, the tight ends, the running backs, the linemen. He was like, I'm gonna appreciate everybody on the offense except Mac. Basically, he's like, all he did was hand the ball off. He said that. I put it in our group chat. And to me, I think that we have to do a better job if this is a team game, really make it a team game. And then also, I'm gonna get back to this. I feel like, and I'm gonna see what Ahman said, but I feel like the NFL does way too good of a job of protecting quarterbacks and do a terrible job of protecting everybody else.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm 100% on board with that. It's like, I remember this one time in meetings, probably my second, third year here. It had to be like 02, 03. And we had Javon Walker, we had Donald Driver, Robert Ferguson. You know, we got some top starting NFL caliber receivers, right? We had a bad game. Brett had a bad game throwing the ball. He had a couple picks. And Coach Sherman went on, you know,
We know he's gonna do that.
Yeah, Coach Sherman is breaking it down, and he's on the receivers. You know, he's boom, boom, boom. He's like, the receivers, y'all did this, y'all did that, boom, 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 boom. And I'm saying to myself, wait a minute, Brett threw the balls, you know. And then he got to the running backs, and I said, and he got to the running backs, it's like, well, running backs, y'all did this, boom, boom, boom. I said, hold up, coach. I stood up, I said, hold up, time out, hold up. We did this, you know, we probably didn't have over 100 yards, but we were efficient. We did this, I did this, Tony did this, Najee did that. I'm like, so I understand you kind of blame somewhere, but this is everybody's in the room here.
Yeah.
We know who threw some picks, okay? We know. Brett, come on, like say something, bro. I'm like, I'm not gonna sit here and get berated for something I didn't do. You know? I was a part of it too. We all lost. So I was like, and then I set my butt back down, and I'm like, no, he wasn't about to come on me. I'm like, hold up, time out. I was like, no, this gonna stop right now.
But that's how it goes, though.
He's in his Wrangler jeans, beat up during the meeting, like, you know, checking his phone or something. He just side eyes you, and he's like, I don't know what you're talking about right there.
But that's how it goes, though. It's like a lot of teams, everybody get the blame, but like the quarterback doesn't get as much blame as everybody else. Like he doesn't get as much scrutiny in front of the team as everybody else.
Right.
Ahman. Here we go. Ahman. Nick Guy, Soda Lover, remembers you from NFL Street 2. Did you ever play as yourself, Ahman?
Of course. I was bouncing off the walls. Me and Richard Williams were probably the best running backs on that game. We were unstoppable. We could jump off the walls, karate kick you, and then over the top rope, and then jump into the end zone. We like, what? This is football? I'm like, okay, I like this.
No, I love it.
So we talked about this last week, actually. We talked about how teams and really the NFL has changed. Like, a lot of teams go running back by committee now. But back when you played, it was, hey, let's get our star, let's get our guy the rock, and just pound it all game. So how do you think that what do you like better? What do you think is better? And do you think one style works better for the era that we're in now versus the era that we were in back then?
Right. I say I'm one running back house. So you have a lead dog, and you got your other dogs behind him. You can hear my dog barking right now.
Yeah, there he is. He's right behind
I'm a lead dog. I'm a lead dog. They know that.
Yeah.
And what that does, and then Ryan can, I say, input on this after I say what I'm going to say here. When you have a one running back, so just for example, today we got Derrick Henry. When you see him in the fourth quarter as a D tackle or a linebacker, he's like just picking up steam. He's fresh. He's not beat up. He's not tired. And you're over there like on the defense, like, we still got 15 minutes to go.
Yeah.
He ain't tired. He's not limping. He looked like he's fresh. Oh my God. You know, it's like, man, this dude, we can't stop him right now. You know, it's a mental thing first.
Yeah.
And then it's the biggest thing. And then also Ryan knows this as well. It's then DBs start making business decisions. When you have a guy that's 215 or up, you don't want to hear him. You don't want to face him in the fourth quarter because in that time, that's when I'm gonna finish the pounding that I'm doing of my body of work in the game to make the defense know, look, this is a 4-quarter game. I'm a 4-quarter running back, and I'm not gonna come off the field. Only time I come off the field is for rest. So when you have a rotation like that, where you have one lead dog and then a couple backups, it sets a whole different mindset for that defense to face them one-on-one come fourth quarter.
Yeah.
Brett Sheldon wants to say hi, Coach. That's myself there.
That's one of my players. What's up, Brett?
Yeah.
There you go.
Well, actually, let's talk about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're the coach of esports team at Lakeland University. How does one of the greatest running backs of all time end up coaching esports?
Because I play video games. Let's start there first. It was something, and I had a friend that was that was a teacher and a student at Lakeland University, Larry Marcus. That's one of my geek buddies. So we go to this local bar. Shout out to Brick House Burgers here in De Pere, Wisconsin. We go to Brick House Burgers and we sit there. We talk comic books, we talk sports, we talk video games, and we talk Marvel movies, DC movies, whatever. We just go and just have a good time. And so I'm in there one day, we're hanging out, and he says to me, Ahman, I got 2 job opportunities for you, perfect for you. And I'm like, okay, it has to do with video games and football. And he said, yep. I'm like, perfect. I'm like, where is it at? He said, it's at my school, Lakeland. They're looking for a football coach and they're looking for an esports coach because they're building out an esports program. I said, I'm all over. Give me name, give me email, whoever I need to talk to send my resume to, and then set up a phone call and a meet in person or a meet over for virtual, whatever. And then that happened. And so the David Simon Jr. came to the house. We met at the house, talked to me and my wife, and then we went down 2 weeks later, about a week later, to campus. And pretty much when I walked on campus, I knew it was a done deal. And so that's how I got the job. But then, for the 5 years prior to that, I had been basically being a big fan. Something I always wanted to do when I was playing football, and Ryan can attest to this, that, you see things, you're like, man, I can't do it. That's during mini camp. That's during training camp. I got to wait, So I knew when I get done, I'm retiring. I'm going to E3. I'm going to DreamHack. I'm going to PAX. PAX East, West, South, Australia. I'm trying to go all of those places because that's what you see me. I'm repping this, right now.
Yeah, I got them. There you go.
I'm a big geek, beyond being an athlete, because that's something that was just there for me as a kid, along with being a good athlete, staying in school, good grades, staying out of trouble, doing what I need to do to get, to college and then drafted. But then on my own time, when I needed my rest and relaxation, I'm gaming. My favorite games, Halo. Can't wait for Infinite. This is Infinite Week. I almost threw on a Master Chief shirt, but I was like, let me hold up.
What's your rank real quick?
I'm gonna go 3 right now. I'm gonna go 3 on Infinite multiplayer, just so you know.
All right.
So the game is nice. And then on Madden, I don't know where my ranking's at. I'm all right. I win a few, I lose a few. So I have a good time with it.
There you go.
With it. But that's how I got it Lakeland.
Esfand plays some Madden here, so we might have to set up a game.
Yeah, Esfand been running from me. He's been running from me.
No, I've been running. I've just been really busy.
He's been setting up his anime room, dude. What do you mean?
That sounds like excuses.
No, I have it's my people, my secretary just needs to, they'll talk to somebody. Don't worry about it. Yeah, I'm not running. I'm very busy.
Hey, Ahman, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
You think Aaron Jones is going to catch up to you?
Ooh.
I say barring injury, I believe he can. He is doing a good job. Matt LaFleur, a fantastic player. Matt LaFleur has done a fantastic job of the way he's intertwined AJ, and I say Aaron Jones and AJ Dillon into the offense, and he has that mindset, and he has formations that is run heavy formations, double tight end sets where it helps the run game. So it's just, like I said, just barring injury, I believe he could get there. I'll be happy for him as well.
AJ Dillon is the king of an extra 2 yards, man. Like
right now, yes.
He's a monster, man. He turns his back to the guy and then just starts backpedaling in him. It's great.
Just drives it.
Spicy Nug wants to know. Yeah, Spicy Nug wants to know. How does Ahman rank running backs, and who did he chase as his inspiration to always be better?
I'll start with that last one first. My inspiration to always be better running back of my basically my whole entire life was Walter Payton. That was the guy. I watched his highlight film they put out called Pure Payton. I watched it when it was on VHS. And by the end of my career, I was watching it on DVD. The night before, I watched that, and I watched Remember the Titans, and I watched The Matrix just to get something different. Just be like, what, I'm about to go do something out here on this football field that a lot of humans don't do. They run through people. I run through people. So I had to put myself in Neo's mindset along with Walter Payton. Like, look, I don't die. You can't kill me. You can't tackle me with the one guy. You got to bring the whole team to tackle me. So yeah, that was my mindset build up to every kickoff.
So is there a running back now that when you watch football, is there a guy right now that reminds you the most of how you played?
Yeah, it's Ezekiel Elliott is down. He's down in Dallas. He's not having the year that he's had in the previous games, previous past seasons, but he's a running back that if you look at his build, I'm just going off a build, and I say it's
Yeah.
a product of work too. I say we're about the same size, between 215 and 220. I wish I was a Derrick Henry size. If I was 45 and 6'3", it would have been problems. And it was already problems when I played.
I was gonna say, I think you gave people some problems.
I gave people problems. And so watching Derrick Henry, that's just like, that should be a flag. Just throwing every play, like just throw a flag. He's doing something wrong. This is not right. He's illegal. The whole policy. It's not cool.
He
But
also
no,
hit 22 miles per hour with the ball this year too, which is ridiculous. Yeah, Derrick Henry in the World League. Yeah,
it's special when you watch him play.
Yeah.
Do you think Zeke has the potential to be a Hall of Fame running back?
I believe he does. He just now has to find like his rhythm, get back to his first 2-3 years in the league. Because if he doesn't do that, if he doesn't get back to that pace, just for pacing's sake, in terms of years over years, gaining 1,000 yards and just being that guy that gains that respect from his defenders, like linebackers like yourself, Ryan. When you don't have that respect, you kind of get forgotten, unfortunately. But he's a guy, he still has time to do it. He's in I believe his 5th or 6th year. So now he just got to, find something to give him a little bit more pop, a little bit more inspiration. He come in the season. And I say, in my opinion, you just got to find something to get you going. For me, was like I said, I had a program, like I watched those movies that I just mentioned, and I paid close attention to the details of the game. I noticed that some linebackers, I knew the physical ones, and I knew the ones that didn't want none. They were big guys, but I knew, that if I could hit him early, that it'd be a different game come fourth quarter. But if I didn't get to him early, this is going to be a tough game. A guy like Derrick Brooks, he was one of those guys, Hall of Fame linebacker with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. He was bringing it the whole game. So I had to have that same mindset, man. Every time I hit him, he's going to be hitting me. We're going to have him be making lunch in the A gap and the B gap. This is how we're going to
Who do you think's the toughest guy? Who do you think's the toughest guy, defender, that you played against over the years?
That I played against, toughest defender.
I think Derrick Brooks is a good example. But
so Brooksy was tough. Yeah. A guy that I only played against a handful of times. Not only was he tough, but he hurt. And Ryan, you might have played with him. I don't know your timing on him. And cross paths with Troy Polamalu.
Yeah.
Oh my God. And then James Harrison.
Really? Okay.
I played with both of them.
Yeah, so put this in perspective with Troy, because he wasn't really tall. He was a strong safety. He wasn't quite 6 feet. If he was, it was because of the hair. But when he hit you, just to put this in perspective, when he hit you, it felt like you were running into a tree stump. And tree stumps is going to win most of the time. That means it hurt. And then the pain would linger forever. It's like, you remember that scene in Tommy Boy where David Spade hit him with the 2x4 in the face? And that's what happened with me and Troy. He hit me, and I'm like, it doesn't hurt here, and it doesn't hurt here, but right along here, it hurt.
These guys don't watch a lot of movies of mine. They probably
I've seen Tommy Boy. Get out of here.
What to say?
White Bean TB wants to know, and we've been trying to get this question for an hour here, but is Aaron Rodgers the most talented quarterback of all time? Not necessarily the greatest, but the most talented. What does that mean?
Oh, talent could be a lot. Well, I could say he can run. He doesn't have the speed factor like a Lamar. He can throw, but I don't think he has the creativity of his throwing like a Pat Mahomes, but he does have it. Is he the most talented? Like I say, that I played with, probably that I played with. I didn't play with Pat Mahomes. I didn't play with Lamar Jackson. I didn't play with Steve Young. I didn't play with Russell Wilson. But to play with in my career, I played with Aaron Rodgers. I played with Brett Favre, and I had a great opportunity my rookie year in Seattle. I played with Warren Moon. So I played with 3 Hall of Fame quarterbacks. So from talent size to where you see a quarterback, okay, is he just a drop back guy, or can he move the pocket? Can he do stuff with his legs? Can he do stuff with his arm? And obviously this counts too, do stuff with your head. Because when Aaron's on that football field, surveying the defense right before snap, he kind of knows where he's going, but he's going to do things. When he sees a guy jump off sides, he's going to get the ball up so he can just throw it up, get an extra play. Those are the things that he brings to the game that brings his talent to a whole different level.
Out of those
I would say this. Oh.
Everyone wants to get in on this. Yeah.
Ryan, go ahead.
Esfand, go.
Out
Well,
of,
then
out of
go,
those
Ryan,
three,
yeah.
who's the best? Oh, my fault.
Say that again.
Out of those three quarterbacks, who is the best?
Ooh, that's tough, man. You put me on Front Street, Ryan, on that one, man. You know, oh, man.
It's an easy answer.
I say, that's not an easy answer, man. I played with all of them, and they were all great.
Yeah, but
I'll say this.
yo, how
Who
many?
had- I-
Yo,
who had the prettiest
I don't
throw?
think Aaron Rodgers threw as many interceptions his
True.
entire time playing with you as Brett Favre did his final season playing with you. So.
True, you're right about that. You're right about that. But I would say the one that had the prettiest throwing motion and the prettiest deep ball was Warren Moon. He had the
Really?
prettiest
Okay.
play, throwing motion, and the deep ball was good. They're all two of them already in the Hall of Fame, and we already know one is going to be there, next 10 years if he doesn't, whenever he retires. And we're speaking of Aaron Rodgers in that standpoint, but it's hard to rank those. I'm gonna say just for me playing with him, and I got to experience a lot more game time with him, I'm gonna go with Brett on that one, just because he was the guy that was my quarterback when I
Dude,
played.
it's the internet.
Aaron
He's
for a
not gonna
couple
see it. It's the internet. Brett's not gonna see it. Don't worry, man.
Wait, Brett.
You can be honest.
Man, Brett Favre, he's probably still using an Nokia. Let's be honest.
True. That's a statement. That's a true statement. I remember we had a conversation. We had it was like we're sitting in the locker room about to walk out to practice, and we had about a half hour, and we're sitting there just talking, and somehow we got on talking about cutting grass. He said, "Hey, Mom, when I'm down home in Mississippi, I like to get on my sit down more, and I like to cut the Kentucky blue grass." I said, "Hold up, time out. What's Kentucky blue?" He said, "Oh, that's a species of grass." I'm like, "I didn't know that." I was like, "Oh, my bad. Okay, go ahead with the story. I just wanted to know." I missed
He
that.
does it.
That's like the most Brett Favre thing, dude. That's
He
the most
does that in a
Brett Favre
Wrangler commercial. Yeah, he literally does that in a commercial, which makes that commercial so much more real. You know what? Actually, let's play a real quick game of Rodgers versus Favre real fast. All right.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Better arm, Brett Favre or Aaron Rodgers?
Man. Oh my goodness.
You're coming at him today.
Yeah, we're doing it.
I'm gonna say accuracy. Aaron.
Yeah, I think we all knew that one.
Power. Yeah. Power and just straight on, just gonna throw it and try to literally break your hand, which he's done. Brett.
Brett. All right. So, well, that brings me to the next one, which is more accurate. So we're just gonna go ahead and skip that one. All right. Who is funnier, Brett Favre or Aaron Rodgers?
Brett. And I got a story. Hold up.
Okay. Give it to me.
All right.
Yes.
So
You know what? I don't think Aaron's that funny, honestly.
he's funny, but he's not Brett. Brett is to a diabolical level. Okay. He goes diabolical. This is what he did to me, Doug Peterson, Craig Knoll, and a few other people one year. 03 season. It's on Wednesday. Wednesday's first week of the practice week for us. So we going out, and I'm in my locker, putting my gear on. I sniff my gear, and I'm like, hold up. I'm like, it's like mildewy. I'm like, all right, what's up? So I go into the equipment guys, Red and T-Bone and Nelly, and I give them a hard time. Hey, guys, what's wrong? We not paying you enough to wash the clothes? Why you smell like mildew? You left them in there too long? We don't have no detergent back there? What's up? So I give them a little bit of, I kind of razz the equipment managers. They know me, I know them. And they're like, no, AG, you good. It's just something, I'm like, all right, cool, whatever. I throw the jersey on because it's just mildew. We football players, we could deal with that. I go out there practice. Thursday, same thing. I'm like, what? So I go back in there, harass them again. What you guys doing? I don't know what y'all doing. Blah, 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 blah. Friday, I'm at my locker about to go out to practice. Doug comes up to me. He's like, AG, has your practice gear been smelling like mildew? I said, yeah, all week long. I'm like, what's up? He said, Brett has been sprinkling dry doe urine on our practice gear. And if you're a hunter, you know what that is, because that's the attractant to the deer in the forest when you're up in your tree stand hunting deer. It's dry deer pee, to put it bluntly. I said, what?
You've been deer pee on your pet?
Yes.
Oh my God.
I was like, one, two things. Okay, either he really, really likes me or he really, really hates me. I hope he likes me, because this is cold-blooded right here. I'm like, bro, you put Bambi pee on my jersey. Really?
This is like, who even has that? Like, of course it's Brett Favre. Just randomly
bringing
has like deer urine.
Why don't you just bring
the
it
most
to the
country
field?
I was like, he gotta love me. He gotta love me. That's all I can think in my head. He asked me
All right.
to do this.
Who's the better guy to hang with then? Brett Favre drinking beers or Aaron Rodgers and Shailene Woody listening to podcasts, which I imagine what they do all the time. Just
that's funny.
I'm just speculating that's what they do.
I didn't get a chance to hang out with Brett in his beer drinking days. By the time I got here in 2000, he was done with all that. But barring that, I think Brett still is he's a good night out. He's still a fun night out. He likes to eat good. You know, he's a country boy, so steaks and ribs, stuff like that. And he likes to play. Like I said, he's good with the practical jokes and everything. So that last one I told you. So I would just say Brett.
Ahman, have you ever seen one of these two movies, Top Gun or John Wick?
Both.
So how about these guys?
We weren't done with our game, Ryan. So what are you talking about, man? We weren't done with
these guys never seen that movie. This needs to be talked about on this show.
No, I've seen Top Gun.
You have not seen Top Gun.
I have. I've
What's Tom Cruise's name in Top Gun? What's Tom Cruise's name in Top Gun?
It's Tom Cruise.
Maverick.
What? Oh, it's Maverick. I don't know.
What is wrong with you?
No, I watched it. I didn't listen to it. I don't know what their names are. It was
You wasn't paying attention. You wasn't paying attention.
And
Esfand.
Darlene. I don't remember their names. I was a kid. That was like 2 weeks ago. It was so long ago.
Hold up, you were a kid, but it was 2 weeks ago.
I remember
Like games.
Maverick and I remember Maverick. If you tell me their names, I'll tell you I remember, even if I don't.
All right. We don't have to talk about this anyway. Ahman Green, you are a Madden legend, and now you literally coach it at Lakeland. What other games do you coach, by the way? I saw you out there were Smash controllers.
Smash. I do Smash.
Who's your main?
My main game is Madden. My main game is Madden.
Well,
and
who's your main in Smash though? Who's your main?
My main character is Smash. Sorry.
Yeah.
2 main characters, actually 3.
Okay.
Not really a main. I flip it around. So
you know what they say: if you got 2 quarterbacks, you got no quarterbacks. I'm just saying,
Hey, that's just you just read the book on me. So there you go. You made me forget the name, man. Kirby. I got Kirby.
I'm a Kirby guy.
Yoshi and Mecha Knight. They're my 3 go-tos.
I like Mecha Knight. Yeah. All right, well, real quick, we're going to play a game of Madden Ratings Jumble. Here's how it works. On the left side of the screen, you will see a list of players. And on the right side of the screen, you will see Madden ratings. And we have mixed them up. It is basically your job to decipher which rating goes to which player. You're gonna, kind of like we would draw like a line to it, you know what I mean? But you get it. You're gonna have 1 minute on each of these. Let's start right here. This is the Madden ratings jumble. We're gonna start with breaking tackle breaking right here. We got Ahman Green, Lamar Jackson, Alvin Kamara, Brett Favre, and Aaron Rodgers. And the ratings, of course, are 83, 65, 62, 92, and 93. I'm gonna go ahead. I think you can knock off 2 of those real quick, Ahman.
Yeah, I would say Brett breaking tackle is the 62.
Mm-hmm.
Aaron's is the 65.
Mm-hmm.
And then Kamara. No, I'll go Lamar is, I would think is higher, but I would say 83 for Lamar. Mm-hmm. And then Alvin, what else is okay? We got 92 and 93 left. I would say I'll say Alvin is a 92 and I'm a 93.
All right, let's get the answers. Let's get these answers. No, you got Alvin and Ahman wrong. You feel the shade there?
The
It's a
disrespect from Madden, dude. Madden disrespecting a legend. Unbelievable.
Me and EA have always struggled with these ratings right here, okay? It started with my speed, and then it went on to and my fumble rating or whatever that was. It was a couple things. So I would have it out with the Madden developers. Be like, hey, bro, better bump my speed up to a 95 or higher. Or what's
One
up?
single time I want a player to come on here and be like, yeah, I'm absolutely satisfied with my Madden rating.
No.
Great. Very accurate. It's never happened.
Because Alvin is playing, and Alvin only got that 93 because he's playing now.
Yeah,
That's why.
exactly. All right, well, let's go to tackling right here, which is very pertinent. Ahman Green, Jonathan Taylor, Brett Favre, Kirk Cousins, and then Ben Roethlisberger. We got the tackling.
Going for the offensive players.
Yep, tackling. 27, 21, 47, 38, 32. All right, who's got it?
All right, this is funny right here. Hold on. Okay,
Yeah.
this is actually tough because you got a lot of quarterbacks that Brett. I I've seen the only time tackle somebody. Okay, I haven't seen Big Ben do it or Kirk Cousins.
You seen Ben do it before?
I have. Does he tackle somebody? All right.
Yeah, he saved the Super Bowl for it.
Oh, you're right.
Oh,
right.
yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
I stand corrected. Thank you, Ryan. Okay, so I'm gonna start with I'm gonna go with Brett first. So he's probably I can't give him the lowest because he does give effort. 38 for Brett.
Okay.
Kirk Cousins. I'll give Kurt the 30. Oh, I give Kurt the 21.
Yeah.
And then there's a 38. It's a 32. So 32 to Big Ben. And then 47 or no 27 to Jonathan Taylor and 47 to me. And did I miss one?
All right. Let's go ahead. How do they even decipher offensive?
I don't know. I know I made tackle. 47 Big Ben.
I knew Bill was going to be at the top.
Really?
I knew
was right.
I knew Bill was going to be at the top.
Ryan was right.
Ben make a lot of tackles.
Yo, Ahman, you're worse at tackling people than Kirk Cousins. Just so
No, I was all state.
No,
Hey,
hey,
linebacker.
it's Madden. You know what? We got to move on. Sorry. Let's go to kicking accuracy right here. We got 34, 59, 15, 30, 16. We added in Brett Favre, Devontae Adams. Who do you got?
All right, I'm gonna go.
You're
You're definitely getting this one wrong.
Jazz. I mean, I know he's
Yeah.
got the 59.
Let's see here. It's going okay. I'm thinking okay. We got current players. Devontae and Jonathan, and then Ben, and then so me and Brett, we're probably. And I was a punter too.
You want to phone a friend?
No, I'm good here.
I know what the 59 is in this one.
I would say Brett is the
All right.
15. Brett is the
Okay.
15. They probably put me at the 16 just because Jonathan Taylor, 34.
I'm right here.
And then Javonte Adams, 30. And then Big Ben, 59. Because I think he did a punt before.
He did. It was a great punt, too.
Hey,
Yep.
I think that you're pretty accurate. I think on this one.
All right, let's get them at. We got Big Ben at 59.
There you
Brett
go.
Favre at 34. Madden just loves Brett Favre. Devontae Adams at 30. Ahman only 16, but Jonathan Taylor. Where they just think Jonathan Taylor can't kick the ball? Like,
Ben played at punter in college.
Yep. I was a punter in high school. Does that count? I averaged 40.6 per punt.
Madden.
Really? In high school?
Yeah.
Madden they better stat that.
45 in high school? That's damn good.
Man, get your stuff
that.
together, Madden. Well, thank you so much for playing. Good luck at Lakeland this year. Less so with the Packers since I'm a Lion. I don't care. I guess we're out of the playoffs. I don't care. Good luck with the Packers too. And the kick accuracy rating. We really appreciate you taking the time to come visit us. Welcome anytime. And absolutely.
Sure.
Anything you want to plug real quick? You got a Twitch channel. Let's plug it.
Yeah. So my Twitch channel is Ahman Green TV. That's where I stream my podcast, which is going to be tomorrow at 11 a.m. And that's Ahman Green's Gamers Lounge with myself and my co-host John Audius. And then my own stream of Ahman Green TV. That's when I do my gaming thing, and I'll be doing it a lot this week because my favorite shooter of all time. I know somebody asked me that. My favorite game of all time is Halo. All of them. I'm not discriminatory against any of the Halo, so all of them I love, and so I'm happy about Infinite coming out. Like I said, I'm a Gold 3 right now in multiplayer. Can't wait till tomorrow to play the campaign. And then you can find me on social media at Ahman Green 30, all one word, and also coaching at Lakeland University. You go to lakelandmuskies.com and find out more information about our esports team, how to get recruited. And yes, we do have scholarships that we're handing out to esports athletes. And we're part of the athletic department at Lakeland University. So that's I think that's everything I'm doing. I want to say a big shout out to you, Ryan. You just I heard you just put a book out and you're on a book tour, man. That's one of my goals in life too. So I got that on my bucket list. So man, congratulations to you on that book release and the book tour. And I hope it does well for you, man.
I appreciate you, Ahman.
Yep.
There we go. There we
Yeah,
go.
that's where you-
Pleasure having you, man.
We'll be back. We'll be back with whiteboards. But first, if you got any questions for Ryan Shazier, hit him up. Chaz, Hear Me Out is next. We'll be back in just a few minutes. Welcome back to Let's Go Football. Esfand is out with one of his anime girlfriends. But that doesn't matter because right now it is time for Shaz Hear Me Out. This is where you, chat, get to ask the Ryan Shazier any question you want.
Anything.
Anything. Question for Ryan: does that 3D image of your head become more or less creepy the more you look at it? This is by Tumbling Dice.
That's the first thing you guys ask me. Really, really. Hey, no, I actually like it. I'm just gonna let you guys know I need to borrow that, and I'm gonna turn it into an NFT.
Yeah. yes, absolutely. That's an NFT, dude. I'm paying 2 ETH for that bad boy right there. Would you draft any of the QBs from this class in your first round? You mean like this upcoming class? Let's say this upcoming class. Let's say this upcoming
Yeah, I think Malik from Liberty, he's pretty good. Kenny Pickett's pretty good, but I think the guy that I would like the Steelers to get would be Sam Howell from North Carolina. I understand he's not having a great year this year, but I think if we get somebody like that for the Steelers, I think he could actually be a really good fit for our team.
Yeah. Chromatic wants to know who's your favorite quarterback to play against and why.
So one of my favorite quarterbacks to play was Tom Brady. Tom Brady, I had a really good time playing against him. Obviously, it's going to be a tough game, a physical game, and he's really thoughtful with their approach and how he handles things. So it was real fun playing against him, and then it was also fun playing against Drew Brees.
Playing against Drew Brees? See, I kind of figured you would pick like a quarterback that was easy, not a quarterback not one of the all-time greats.
No, to me, I like playing against people who are good. At the end of the day, like when you're playing against somebody that's easy, it's fun. But I want to have a challenge. Like I don't want to blow everybody out. Obviously, you want to blow everybody out, but it's football. You're not going to. So I'd rather go against somebody that's good, and it's going to be a game, and people enjoy watching it compared to watching the game. Playing in the game is like, oh man, the Steelers are up by 20. Let me watch something else. Like I want people always watching the game.
You want the eyes on you. Who's going to win the AFC East this year? Blitzcrack wants to know.
Pats. Belichick. They're gonna be called the New England Belichick soon. New England Bills.
What possession? Excelsior wants to know what position would you put Grandpoobear in on the football field? Where would I fit in?
I think you would be a really good placeholder. Like I think you do your job really well. You'll make sure the kicker has the ball in the right position so he doesn't mess up. I think you would be a really good placeholder, or I think you would be a really good a ball boy.
Oh my God! I rushed for 280 yards in 1996. 11 years old, Toy Bowl champion. All right. I was juking kids left and right. I was great at football until I was not.
How much you weigh? Grandpoobear, how much you weigh?
How much do I weigh right now?
Yeah.
Like $151. Like
how tall are you?
5'8" with shoes on.
I'm just trying to protect you, bro.
Anyway, let's move on from this. Let's go ahead and play whiteboards. Esfand.
Yes.
What do you got for us this week on whiteboards?
Okay. We got time for a few questions. This week.
Yes, we do.
I am, in case you guys didn't notice, I am not at my normal abode. I am here on set for a show that I'm doing called Two Joysticks and a Couch. It's going to happen a little bit later today. So this is not my normal room. Again, this is a Impact set. I just want to go ahead and clarify. But also as such, I don't have my whiteboard, but you guys have whiteboards, and I'll be hosting, so it's okay. We're going to start with the first question because, college football, the playoffs have been announced, right? The four teams that are going to be in the playoffs are up. We've got Alabama, we've got Michigan, we've got Georgia, and we have Cincinnati, okay? Cincinnati at number 4 has found a way to sneak in. They've had an incredible year, whatever. What team are you guys rooting for? That's the first question. What team are you guys rooting for and why?
This is an easy one, but I am rooting for the University of Michigan. Hail to the victors right there. I grew up a Michigan fan, although I am a Colorado Buffalo now. I did grow up a Michigan fan, and it's about time that program returns to dominance. Although I will agree with Shaz. Like I would not be mad at seeing the best team in Ohio, Cincinnati, win it.
Yeah. There you go. Cincinnati for Ryan as well. See, Ryan's not a big fan of Michigan. Being in a former Ohio State Buckeye. Look at that. Let's show him the helmet again, Ryan. Look at that helmet back. How many? He's got about 200 Buckeyes right on his helmet right there.
Buckeye.
For one for every big play he ever made at Ohio State. So
But that's
yeah.
it. That's for one. That's for 1 year.
That's one season.
Oh, that's one season. Oh, that's one season. Yeah.
Yeah.
So a lot of people don't know this about Ryan.
You have a sticker for every follower you have in your background.
Yeah, true. All right, good one. Actually, good one. That's actually good. Actually, good one. Okay. I'm also rooting for Cincy. Dude, I just think the story of a non-Power 5 team coming in. Now, I think Cincinnati's they are they going to the Big 12 next year? I'm totally trying to blank here.
I have a reason why I'm rooting for them though. I'll tell you guys that.
So what's your reason?
So the head coach for Cincinnati, he's the coach that recruited me to Ohio State. And to me, he's one of the best coaches I ever had from like my whole career. Obviously, like Coach Tomlin, Coach Meyer, those are the head coaches, but like just a personal coach that I spend a lot of time with on a regular basis. He's one of the best coaches I ever had. So he's a really good guy. He has like 6 or 7 kids. He has 2 sets of twins. He's just a really
2 sets of twins?
Yeah.
No, that didn't happen.
Yeah, he has 2 sets.
I feel bad for him. And you know what?
He has 2 sets or 3 sets of twins.
Can we all just agree? Anyone but the SEC, please. Anyone but the SEC.
Well, that's the thing.
No.
It's
like,
the
I want you
Cinderella
guys
story,
to go
right?
to the. I think you guys are going to go to the national championship. I just don't want you to win.
There you go. There you go. So next question, right? The Cinderella story is going to be great to see if Cincinnati pulls it off somehow. But the next question is Gardner Minshew. Okay, he won his first start with the Eagles Sunday, and he beat the Jets. Sorry, Jets fans. But Eagles fans are wondering if he's better than Jalen Hurts already. So, Ryan, wouldn't he start for Pittsburgh right now? Actually, do you think Gardner Minshew would start for Pittsburgh? It's just for you, Ryan. The situation Ben Roethlisberger's in.
Who is this person and why are they verified? This is the silliest thing I ever heard in my life. He's better than Trevor Lawrence.
Hey, that's what Sharian Boyd said. So okay, here's the question overall. If Gardner Minshew was your team's quarterback, you would feel blank.
I'd feel.
How would you feel?
Drunk. I would feel drunk as him and his dad get after every game.
There you go.
Yeah, I would. That's how I would feel. I'd feel about as good as having Jared Goff as my quarterback. All at the same time. To say he's better than Jalen Hurts is ridiculous.
Like Grandpoobear every week. True.
Like a fan, yeah.
True. Yeah. So that's the same way I'd feel, which is terrified. Very, very good. Question number 3. Speaking of Gardner Minshew, he wore a Top Gun themed outfit pregame, and the internet lost its mind. You guys saw that on social media that he was wearing his Top Gun outfit. So, more importantly, someone on the show hasn't seen Top Gun. The movie I'm embarrassed to admit that I haven't seen is what? Blank. What movie are you embarrassed to admit that you haven't seen?
All right, this is easy for me because I catch a lot of crap for this on stream constantly whenever people find this out. But I have never seen any Lord of the Rings movies. Not one. I've Lord of the Rings movies, which in nerd culture is sacrilegious.
Actually, yeah, it is.
Yeah.
This one's for Gabe.
The original Point Break.
Yeah, he said that's a great movie, but I never heard of it. So, no,
I haven't seen.
No, actually,
go ahead.
I haven't seen the original Terminator.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. That
was on TV at the hotel last night. For me, honestly, it probably is. We talked about this a few weeks ago. It might be John Wick because John Wick is so relevant, and everyone's like, "Oh, man, John Wick is so badass." Yeah. So that's one that I'm kind of like, man, I really got to take the time to see John Wick at some point.
Are you guys going to see the new Matrix movie?
Yes,
I would like to see that. I wonder how it's gonna go. I mean, this could be a whole discussion, but I do know that my very, very good friend Austinshow, I believe, is here, and we want to talk to him before the end of the show.
That is correct, and we're gonna chat. Thanks for playing. Can you complete it with us? Also, Soy Crate says you haven't seen a single movie ever, Esfand. Like you said, coming up, we got Austinshow, who's returning to make his picks again, but in a very embarrassing fashion because my Lions whipped up on his Vikings. I mean, just destroyed them front to back whole game. Starting Thursday night, though, his Vikings are going to be playing Ryan Steelers, which will be streamed live on me and Esfand's channel. Chat, let us know who you got this Thursday, Vikings or Steelers. We'll be back with Let's Go Football show in just a few minutes. This has been great already. Welcome back to Let's Go Football. Joining us is our friend and host 400 Thieves, Austinshow. Austin, how are you doing today?
You know, I've been better, guys. Rough Sunday for me. Vikings lost to the defeated Lions. Absolutely embarrassing. But congratulations to you.
Thank you. Thank you.
This is just what life is like as a Vikings fan.
What is a skull?
Skull is a Scandinavian or a Norwegian chant. It means cheers, but the Vikings have sort of commandeered that as their chant. So skull means like skull Vikings. So like, it's like, I don't know, like
cheer Vikings.
Cheers, like, you know, like
their time.
I thought skull was a dip. I thought skull
was the what?
I thought skull was a dip.
Oh, I mean, it is, but Anyway, Skol. So Skol Vikings. So it's like, I don't know. Did my mic just go crap?
Yeah, your
Oh,
mic
no.
just absolutely
Oh, no.
switched to the webcam mic somehow.
Oh no. Hold on. Just a.
You know what? You know what? And that's
Wow.
oh my God.
You please fix that.
You know what? I mean, I know he's trying to make me suffer. I know he's trying to make me suffer for the Lions beating the
Oh my
Vikings
God.
this week.
What was
just
that?
coming in and just earphoning us, headphoning us right there like that. Live shows, man. All sorts of crazy things. You know what? Right, you know what? We're gonna talk. We're gonna. Vikings Steelers Thursday. Ryan. I mean, preview this game. Who you got? Who you got?
We're not losing to a team that just lost to the worst team in the NFL. So
Oh man. Well, we'll talk on Friday. We'll talk on Friday when you guys lose to a team that just lost to the worst team in the NFL. Justin Jefferson, I'm gonna quote him. Time somebody else starts feeling our pain, and that's gonna happen on.
oh, he
Thursday
tweeted
with the
he
Steelers.
tweeted that. He tweeted that.
No, he didn't tweet it. He said it. I saw it on the Vikings website. The Vikings are going to go in. They're going to blow out the Steelers. There's a lot of pent-up anger in that locker room. We're at home.
Who's y'all left
Justin
tackle?
Jefferson. Huh?
Who's y'all left tackle?
I have no idea. We don't know. We're still
Well-
banged up.
Well, TJ Watt knows. So we're gonna see.
They keep shifting. We've had so many injuries on the offensive line. I think we had.
Look at this tweet. Look at this tweet, guys. Look at
Vikings
this.
might break
Steelers,
the
two
sack
teams that
record
kept good
tonight.
lines.
TJ might
Oh,
break the
man.
sack record Thursday night.
So I like how both of these teams are fighting for a playoff spot, and yet somehow my team that is 1-10-1 is coming out looking the best in this discussion.
How y'all look the best?
Oh, anyway, Ryan, move on. We brought Austin on. Austin, as we know, is a huge Vikings fan, a huge NFL fan, very, very knowledgeable, 100 Thieves content creator over there, overall good-looking man. Yes, just generally positive experience. But
Which is the real reason why we brought him on the show today. Is just how good looking.
we needed to up the good-looking factor here.
We needed some help out here.
Yeah, but what we really brought him on today is to help me make my gambling picks for the weekend, and that's mean it is time for the DirecTV Stream Pick'em Challenge. Plug into the best of live TV and on demand with DirecTV Stream. In case you don't know how this works on Let's Go Football, Austin will pick games from 3 different categories. Chat will also make picks from games from 3 different categories.
Oh, I will. I haven't done that yet.
You haven't done the pick yet.
I haven't picked anything.
No. Let's look last week to see how our friend Jeff Schwartz did. Jeff Schwartz and chat all agreed, and in a boring fashion, they went 2-3. Austin, we need you to go undefeated this week, okay? And more importantly, defeat chat.
So I don't know if that's going to happen because I make my picks purely on emotion and what I want to happen. So, number one, you saw my first pick. I'm not picking against my own team ever. So always pick the Vikings no matter what. I could never pick against them no matter how the state of the team and who we're playing. I'll never pick against the Vikings. And so all my picks today have to do with my feelings, not reality.
Well, you know, you know what? Feelings over facts is how we live here in today's age, and so this should work out just great. Don't forget, chat, to vote in the polls. Hover over Control Plus icon on the right side of your screen. Click on the box with the 3 lines. There will be the poll. For those on mobile, just put your phone in the vertical position and click the little app. First of all, let's pick a team to pull an upset at home. I think I know where Austin's going to go with this. Will it be Minnesota upsetting Pittsburgh at home on Thursday?
Or the
Washington
underdog?
upsetting. Yeah, you just lost the Lions. Washington. Yeah, you just lost the Lions. They beat the Ravens. You're the underdog. Washington versus Dallas at home, or Cleveland versus Baltimore at home. All of these are really juicy picks, actually. But Austin, give us your choice.
I'm gonna pick the Vikings at home. I actually look. This is actually not even a biased take here. I actually think that it's actually the. I think Dallas is gonna go in and beat Washington. I think Baltimore is gonna go in and beat. Actually, I don't know. That's gonna be a tight game too. But I'm a Vikings fan, so screw it. I'm gonna pick the Vikings at home versus Pittsburgh. And you know, I know he was holding a sign that said Vikings 5-7, but next week it'll be you lost to a 5-7 team. That's what
Shaz, real quick, give us your reason why the Pittsburgh's going to win. He's, you know what? He's writing down a novel.
Yeah.
I appreciate this.
Oh no.
Oh my God! One book
is your winning percentage.
Yeah, one book. He writes one book, and now he doesn't want to give us audio anymore. Just straight up.
That means you lose more games than you win. So
I know.
Esfand, you know what? Which one of these teams are you picking? Chat's on a big debate right here between Washington.
I'm gonna say, give me Cleveland. I'm gonna go Cleveland versus Baltimore. I think the Ravens, every single week, we've seen it over and over again. They play to the level of the competition. Every single game is close. I think we can go with Cleveland against Baltimore.
Yeah, I'm actually also going to take Cleveland as well. So, Austin, you're locking in Minnesota. Chat is agreeing with me.
I'm going with Washington football team. So.
You're going to Washington football team, Chaz? Okay. Yeah, chat is agreeing with you,
Austinshow.
They love you. The chat thinks Minnesota is going to beat Pittsburgh.
I think
hating
it's
on
the most
Ryan.
logical pick. You know what I mean? I think it's the most logical pick.
All right, I'm not going to.
Kirk Cousins. Hey, Kirk Cousins, 30 for 40, 345 yards and 3 touchdowns.
Book it down there right now.
I think that was actually his stats last week, but
I bet you that Kirk Cousins doesn't go for over 300 yards passing.
Oh, okay. All right. What do you want to bet?
Ryan's not good at these bets. You want to take this?
Yeah,
I'll take that. I don't know what we're betting.
Austin, what do you want to bet?
Okay. How about this? Gosh, I don't know. What would I bet?
Oh, here. I'll do it. Ryan has to come on a show of your choosing, Austin. If you win, you get to choose Ryan to come on to one of your shows as a guest at some point.
Okay, if I lose, what happens?
You buy 20 copies of his book.
If I lose, I got to start as quarterback for the Vikings.
If you lose, you have to shout out Ryan's book on one of your shows.
Okay.
He could do that anyway.
No, the entirety of social media, and you have to get a good pose. Yeah, the entirety of social media. No.
All right, cool.
All right, let's go to category 2.
Hold me to it.
I like this live bets. I like these live bets happening.
Well,
here.
Hey, Dalvin Cook is out, so like this is more likely he's going to go for 300 yards more than any time. You know what I mean?
Wait, so are we betting on the 300 yards? Okay, so 300 yards is the cutoff.
300 yards.
I like Madison. Again, I'm not like an elite football mind, so when I get to the nuances of the actual play, I start to lose myself. So, but what I don't like about Madison,
Austin is getting such cold feet. He's like, I don't know.
I like Madison. I like Madison. No, I'm not getting cold feet. I stand by my bet. I stand by my bet.
300.
I like Alexander Madison. He's a great running back.
95.
But I just don't think. I think he misses the hole a lot. That's all I'm saying.
All right, pick up playoff hopeful to make a statement game this weekend. Buffalo making a statement against Tampa. Does this mean they're going to win by making a statement? Buffalo beating Tampa Bay, Cincinnati beating San Francisco, or the Rams beating Arizona? Which one of these teams wins? It's a tough one.
Is it me first?
Yeah, you're our man.
I'm going to go Cincinnati. I think Cincinnati's going to beat San Francisco. San Francisco just went on the road. Lost to 3-8 Seattle. I don't know. And the Vikings lost to Cincinnati too. I think Cincinnati's pretty good this year. We go with Cincinnati.
Little note about
lost
that.
to Cincinnati.
Pittsburgh lost to Cincinnati twice.
No, I know we did. But you said the Vikings and who else?
Yeah, we lost to Cincinnati too. Hey, you can't. You guys did too.
You guys have that in common. You lose to Cincinnati, you can't beat the Lions.
Hey, yeah,
it's a
we
very
both-
similar team, honestly.
Yeah, we both couldn't beat the Lions.
Uh,
One thing, hey, I never played in the NFL. I know it's hard to tell, but when you played in the NFL, teams that were desperate, were those some of the worst teams to play? Like when they were desperate, they had nothing to lose. Were those some of the more scary games to play in?
No, I feel like the scarier the games are the ones when you know you're significantly better than the team, but you don't you start off slow. So like I feel like those games are more like, for instance, like all these are good games. So I would say Cincinnati, they feel like they're better than San Fran. So that'll probably be the one that I think they'll go in and I can't cuss on here. So they'll go in there just, tiptoeing. And then unfortunately now San Fran jumps on them and now you have Nick Bosa chasing you all game. I think it's games like that. Or like, for instance, the Bills versus the Jags. You go in there like, we're going to smack the Jags. And then, the Jags jump on you. Now you're like, oh, snap. Now we have to hurry up and, try to figure out how to way to win. And that's when you get in a tough situation.
Hey, that's what happens with the Vikings and the Lions.
Esfand, real quick.
You went in there, they jumped on it.
I'm gonna take Cincinnati. I think Cincinnati, San Francisco. I think that's the boy. That's the big boy.
Ryan, which one are you taking?
I'm gonna take LA.
I'm also gonna take LA. I think LA is gonna come in and make a statement game against Arizona.
Really?
I feel like Arizona needs a challenger. I think I'm almost wanting to will this to happen just because Arizona's really running away with this NFC.
Hey, it would have been the Vikings if we didn't miss a 38-yard field goal.
Yeah, so Austin is locked in Cincinnati. Chad is also locked in Cincinnati. Chad, we need you to not just agree with Austin. I know he's really good looking. You want to be on his good side.
Oh my God, this lighting isn't even that.
Yeah. We need you guys to move on. Our last category right here. Who redeems himself after last week's loss? New Orleans at the Jets, Atlanta at Carolina, or the New York Football Giants at the Chargers?
Okay, look.
One's tougher, I think, than
So look, this is where I talk about emotion. I hate the Saints. I hope they lose every game.
Why
Atlanta?
Because of the miracle.
Well, no, the miracle. No, that was
It was
payback.
y'all.
I still hate the Saints from 2009 Bountygate when they killed Brett Favre in the 2009 NFC Championship game.
Don't worry, we've been killing Brett Favre all shows, so it's okay.
Yeah. Look, I think my redemption is New York Giants because I need Atlanta to lose. I don't need them to have a redemption game. We're still in the playoff hunt, 26% chance of making the playoffs. I need Atlanta to lose, and I don't like the Saints. And my friend Will Neff's a Jets fan, so I want the Jets to kill the Saints. I'm going with New York.
There you go. I'm going with my brain, and I'm going to say New Orleans is going to
I agree with Esfand.
I'm actually taking Atlanta over a Carolina team that has no idea what they're doing at quarterback right now. They have no idea whether they play Cam, whether they play Darnold. They have no idea what's going on. McCaffrey's out for the year. That team is done and toast, whereas Atlanta is the most up and down team in the NFL. Some weeks they look worse than the Lions, and some weeks they're blowing teams out. So I'm going with Atlanta right now. Let's go ahead and look at our picks and Chat's picks for this week. Chat's going to go ahead and lock in New Orleans. And you know what, Austin, this is why I respect you. Not taking the easy one at the bottom. You went Vikings, Bengals, and Giants for the redemption game. Chat went Vikings, Bengals, and Saints.
Clip this moment next week. Everybody's laughing now, but let me tell you, next week when you guys run this clip back when I pick the Giants.
Yeah. Okay, everyone, chat. Type one if you're laughing, chat. Is everyone laughing? Type one if you're laughing.
Hey, remember when everyone laughed at us for the Dolphins pick, guys? The Dolphins over Ravens? And look at us now. The Dolphins are on a 5-game win streak, hottest team in the NFL. Don't forget that this wraps up this week's DirecTV Stream Pick'em Challenge. Get your TV together with DirecTV Stream. For more information, visit directv.com/stream. Esfand, can you just remind us real quick of the stakes between Austin and Ryan Shazier for this?
This is what's going to happen.
If
Kirk Cousins throws for 300 yards, then Ryan has to come on a show of Austin's choosing
if the time.
What producer's controlling this chat thing? He's just putting all the chatters that are talking smack on the screen. What's going on?
Austin acts like missing a field goal is unheard of with his team.
It isn't, but it's ridiculous. 38-yard field goal. It doesn't matter the kicker. It doesn't matter the coach. It doesn't matter the owner.
Honestly, you're wrong.
Look. Hey, first of all, Jeff, I need to address Jeffries. Okay, Jeffries says, why would a Vikings fan care about bounty gate on Brett Favre? It's because Brett Favre was the quarterback for the Minnesota Vikings in 2009 when the Vikings should have won in the NFC Championship game, if not for Bountygate, that practically they snapped him in half that game. And I think a lot of rule changes happened after that. A lot of those hits are now not legal hits anymore because of that game. And the overtime rules changed because of that game. It's not copium. Yeah. The Saints won on a phantom pass interference call. Go look it up. 2009 NFC Championship game. Ryan, go look at it.
I thought Tracy Porter had a pick six, but
he didn't have a pick six. But look, Brett Favre did throw across his body.
Okay. Didn't Favre throw a pick in like overtime in that game?
He did.
Like right last, yeah.
He did.
Like, I would poke fun at Austin for being mad about something from 2009. But I'm a Cowboys fan, and I still think Dez caught it. Okay, I'm just gonna be honest. I gotta cut you some slack here.
You seen this commercial?
Yeah, with the Uber.
Okay, hold on. Another thing I got to address. I'm fired up, and I'm in a bad mood because the Vikings lost to the Lions.
Give it to us,
Gumboy. Kirk Cousins is nowhere close to as bad as Christian Ponder. That is the most insane comparison.
Do you like Kirk Cousins?
Christian Ponder.
Look. The stats speak for himself this year. Kirk Cousins is not the reason why the Vikings are 5-7. Do you like Kirk Cousins?
I think he's average.
I think Kirk Cousins is the. I think Kirk Cousins is.
I think he's above average.
I think Kirk. Okay, we actually have in my fantasy football chat, we have a joke that are you above or below Kirk Cousins? And that's how we decide if you're good or bad. We have him as the literal middle of the line quarterback in the NFL. Like he is the level of mediocrity.
I definitely think
16.
I definitely think Kirk Cousins is not as good as his stats show, but I think that Kirk Cousins is not even close to the problem with the Minnesota Vikings. You're ranked, I think in the last several games, we're ranked like 28th defensively. I mean,
yeah, that is
top
true.
10 in offense. We're top 10 in offense.
It's weird though, because the Vikings have players, like they have talented players on that roster. So it's like, why?
Yes.
And Mike Zimmer is a good coach. So it's like, why? Like,
is he?
He's a great defensive-minded coach.
He's.
You said y'all at 38.
Historically, he's been a very good defensive coordinator, right? So I know that's not the role that he's playing over in Minnesota right now, but like typically head coaches do this, right? Where they're like an offensive coordinator or defensive coordinator, and then they end up being a head coach, and then they still want to implement all their stuff, right? And Mike Zimmer, he runs that 4-3, the 46 defense, all that stuff. Maybe that just doesn't work as well as it used to back like in the 90s and the early 2000s and all that. But he is still a very good, like he has like feathers in the cap for being a very good defense coordinator. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know what happened with Zimmer's defense, but I was at the Minneapolis Miracle game. I was at the game, and since that second half of that game in 2018, the Vikings defense has never been the same.
Yeah,
it's never been the same.
I like how
I don't know what is going on.
I can pinpoint. I'm serious. Go watch that game.
Heartbreaking.
I'd say actually even towards the end of the first half, you can start to see the Vikings fall apart defensively. And ever since that moment, the Vikings defense has not been the same. I mean, we had the miracle that came in, thank God, but then we went to lose 38-7 to the Eagles. I mean,
Speaking of the Eagles, Shazier says I would take Gardner Minshew over Kirk Cousins.
You know what? And we're gonna let Shazier get the last word right here.
No, we're not. You're a psycho is the last word. That's the last. You're a psycho is the last word, and Kirk Cousins will ruin your team's chances one of these days.
You got 20 seconds to plug anything you want.
All right, Twitter.com/Austin on Twitter. Come talk shit about. Oh, I can't say that. Whoops.
You can say whatever you want.
Come talk poop about the Vikings on Twitter. Twitter.com/Austin on Twitter.
There you go.
All right. Thanks, guys, for having me.
Thanks for coming, dude.
Thanks so much.
Have me on the show when the Vikings are in the playoffs this year. Okay.
Yeah.
Got
Hey,
you.
we might. Hey,
Well,
Austin,
unfortunately,
I
you
gotta
won't make
find
it.
out.
Unfortunately, you won't make it.
Austin, I gotta find out if you can get approved for the NFL this week. We can watch Thursday.
Oh yeah, that's right. Because the Vikings are on. I mean,
I'll
you're
try
gonna
and figure it
see
out.
me. Yeah, let
I've
me know.
had Shazier approved for weeks, and he just keeps ducking me every week.
No,
Let's go. Hey, we gotta go to break. Coach Esfand
Okay,
coming
guys.
up, taking all your questions in the weekly
Thanks,
press conference. Hit us up with your questions for Coach Esfand live from his anime bedroom in just a few minutes. Welcome back to Let's Go Football. Time for our weekly press conference with Coach Esfand. And I know chat is fired up about Esfand's avatar in the break. It looked like he went Macho Man Randy Savage during that. Coach, you're on some sort of recruiting visit right now? That's what I'm understanding?
Hell, I am. I'm in Japan, actually. Yeah, I came to Japan trying to find me a kicker. Just got back from Australia, and we got to go. They play soccer over here, so we decided to come out here and see what we can do, see what we can find.
Now, Coach, you have a pretty thick accent, but I want to get your take on Brian Kelly's new accent.
Mm-hmm.
Can you roll that tape real fast? Keep in mind, Brian Kelly grew up in Massachusetts.
My family's
Yeah,
here
coached in
today.
Indiana.
I'm here with my My family's here today.
I'm here with my family.
My family's here today.
I'm here with my family.
Listen, it's 4 business days. Listen, if it took them 4 to adapt, then that's not good enough. Okay, you should have been able to do that in 1 because adaptability is a key trait that every coach, every player, and everybody needs to make it in the league. You know, whether it's college, whether it's high school, whether it's the National Football League, whatever it is, you got to be adaptable to the environment that you're in. Hell, that's what I like to see. You know, if he shows up in a different city and he absorbs what's around him immediately, I like that. That's damn impressive. I'll be real.
So you got a Japanese accent?
Well, okay, listen.
No, he doesn't.
I'm not coaching here. Ryan. It's different. I'm
He absolutely does not have that. No.
Don't get fired, man. Don't get fired.
Oh man, they right there. Zorn says you've been watching too much Coach Esfand. You know what I mean? Well, you know, Brian Kelly needs to make those wins. He's got to look at a great coach. How many body pillows do you have, Coach Esfand?
Listen, we don't got no damn
body pillows.
The hotel I'm at, we don't got no body pillows, but we got these couch pillows right here. So I don't know what a body pillow is, but yeah, we got some couch pillows and some other stuff here. But yeah, that's about it.
Hey, Coach, what you feel about all these guys getting this money in college and now heading out and going other places?
Oh, hell, I will tell you right now, the precedent that sets is beyond me, because that is it. People always talk about how the damn players need to be getting paid and this and that. Listen, I'm a fair coach, okay? I'm a fair coach, and I can tell you right now that, yes, we got to figure something out for some of these fellas. You know, they're incredible athletes that make the school a lot of money and all that, but these are still kids, and kids make decisions that kids make, and they change their mind, and they do this and that, and they break contracts. Hell, I've been breaking contracts my whole damn life, and I'm 45 years old. Okay, look, some things never change, but usually some things do change with age and with maturity. So when you got a kid who ends up signing to a school, going to a college, you know, getting paid $1.5 million, and decides he wants to leave, then all of a sudden, well, what the hell? You know, can anybody do this? It's just going to throw the whole damn association for a loop. You know, it does not set a good precedent. They got to find a way to get that figured all out.
Coach, Mac Jones or Kirk Cousins?
Hell, I'll be real with you. My whole life, the only Mac I liked is mac and cheese. But Mac Jones, he ain't too bad neither. I mean, he did only throw 3 passes last week, which is I mean, hey, if you want to coach that way, you can coach that way, because at the end of the day, you're winning games, and that's your job as a coach. Now, you don't got to be worried about no stat lines or none of that. But as far as talent goes, and as far as putting on display what you got to show, then, yeah, I mean, hell, I would still probably take Mac Jones over Kirk Cousins, because I think he's got potential. Because you know what you got with Kirk Cousins, right? Yeah. You know, Mac Jones is, you know, he's got room for development. You don't know what he's going to be.
Raging Cyclone wants to know, do you think Alabama deserved the #1 spot, or should it have gone to Michigan?
Well, I think it's neither. It should have been SMU. That's what it should have been. It should have been Southern Methodist University. But, you know, unfortunately, I'm not the one making the decisions here, and that's because if I did, then hell, I wouldn't have a job for very long. But
you mean sorry you messed up?
Hey, none of that now, okay? I find that offensive.
You know what? One thing though, Coach, I've always liked about you is, you know, you got an eye for fashion, and I just want to know if you have any fashion advice or just life advice at all for this fan right here at the Bears game. You know, anything to help them out?
Yeah, I mean, I would say, listen, being a Bears fan ain't that bad, brother. It really ain't. Don't worry about it. Just cut a hole in there and you'll be fine. Okay, that is just.
This is all one take. I mean, untie the top, bro. Just untie the top. What are you doing?
I don't even know what's going on there. Yeah, that's pretty damn bad. I'll be real with you. That's pretty damn bad.
It's like he's not trying to get wet or something. Is he trying to put it on?
Hell, he might be not trying to get wet, but it looks like he's not trying to breathe neither. He's got to cut a hole in that thing. It's not good. That is absolutely a choking hazard. Hey, I mean, hey, we're talking about the Bears here, so ain't no damn surprise.
Oh man. All right. Coach, I want to know what your thoughts about Cooper Kupp and maybe if he has a future in coaching. Maybe even better coach than you. Can we go ahead and check this clip out real fast? Cooper Kupp right here.
Touchdown specifically, your defender went and blitzed. What did you see there? How were you able to use that to your advantage?
Yeah, they just had a little 3-deep fire zone, brought the nickel off the edge, safety dropped down. It didn't look like they were doing a replacement fire zone, so I knew at the back away we were going to get 3 pushing through. I had an opportunity to kind of run in there if I could beat my guy and just had to beat the safety to the end zone.
Touchdown specifically, your defender went and blitzed.
Well, absolutely. See, I like that.
To use that to your advantage.
But when they go to that 3D fire zone, that nickel corner's coming in, he's coming down, they're not going to replace him, then, hey, you're not looking at a zone blitz situation. That means he can go and sit in the hole, he can catch that pass, and he can take it, beat that safety to the end zone, just like you said. I mean, that's what I like to see. That's the kind of coaching that I like to see. And hell, I'd love Cooper Kupp to be on my staff. I would be. When he's done playing, I'd love to talk to him, get him on my staff.
Do you mean be on his staff?
No, hell, he ain't no damn better coach than me. I'll be head coaching.
He's not head coach material.
You like his accent? You see how he changed his accent when you get to LA?
That's right, because he's trying to change it to be on my staff. I like that.
That's what I imagine Tony Romo wants to say every Sunday, but instead dumbs it down for the rest of us. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I mean, he says they're gonna run. That's what he says.
Yeah.
You know, you have to break it down. You have to break it down to a level that people don't understand football.
Yeah, exactly. Having chat was like, oh yeah, I understood what happened right there. The fire zone right there. You know
don't know what a fire zone is.
Oh, we all know what a fire zone is.
Yeah, they bring that guy and they're bringing extra blitzers in there.
That's not fire
Yeah.
zone, but it's cool.
After listening to Esfand,
Hey, okay, Ryan, hold on, Ryan. You
he understood.
What a fire zone is then.
Volgo understood.
So a fire zone is a zone blitz. So basically, it's different type of zone blitzes. So you can have a 2-high zone blitz or a 3-high zone blitz, but it's basically a zone blitz. But most people think when you do zone blitzes that your guy stays in the same area as if it's like a cover 2 or cover 3. But a fire zone is basically it's almost like man, but it's zone. So if somebody run into your zone, you match them immediately. Compared to like if it's a cover 3 or something, if somebody run into your zone, you pass them on and let them go to the next guy. So it's a blitz.
That's wrong. Yeah, that's wrong.
I mean, listen, we got a coach and a player. I mean, who am I supposed to trust here? You know what I mean? You got to go with the coach. Fire zone isn't that for fire trucks, Midnight Stream 620 said. Come on, guys. You know what, Ryan? When you come on Thursday Night Football, that's the type of analysis I want to hear, okay? Because obviously that's the stuff I'm dropping every time. I know what all that meant, skill. I know what all that meant. Back up, man. I played tons of Madden growing up. John Elway football, y'all don't know about me. Anyway.
You say 200 yards, right?
Yeah, let's move on. Do the Falcons need a new quarterback, Coach Esfand?
Listen, I think Matt Ryan's a fantastic quarterback, and he's done so much to prove himself throughout his career. But they gotta find someone else for the future at this point. They gotta let him go and get him an opportunity to find a good team. I'd say it this way. I think the question should be, does Matt Ryan need a new team? If we're being honest here, I think you put Matt Ryan in the right situation, then he's gonna flourish. That's what
More likely to play for a new team next year, Ben Roethlisberger or Matt Ryan?
Ben Roethlisberger. I think he's more likely. I don't know if the damn Falcons are going to let him go. Let Matt Ryan go.
I would say Matt Ryan.
Okay. All right.
I'll say Matt Ryan. They're not winning anything over there with that.
What is this username right here? Coach Esfand, are you still drafting players by how much anime they know? I think it's pretty clear right now, chat, that that's very important to him.
I don't know nothing about no anime or anime. Listen, the only anime I know is my cousin. And I sure as hell hope none of these players I'm drafting know anime. So look, I'm here in Japan. Like I said, I'm looking to draft me a kicker, and things are a little bit different here, as you can see. But hell, we might be here next week too. So
what is your kicker name that you're looking at?
Mitsubishi
Yo,
Yamaha.
Coach, Well, guys, Coach, we'll have to let you get back. We know you got a lot of recruiting to do and, the tourist things there while you're out in Japan. We'll hear from you next week. And that is it for today's show. Thank you all so much for watching. Check out me and Esfand stream this Thursday for the Steelers-Vikings. 2 teams that cannot beat the Lions. I just want to say that. Esfand, we will be rating you in just a minute. Don't forget to follow Ahman Green and Austinshow. Go buy Ryan Shazier's book. But don't read it on the toilet because he doesn't like that apparently.
I got
you can read it wherever you want. You can read it wherever you want.
Or listen to it on audiobook.
Listen. Yeah, it's on Audible. It's on Audible as well.
Hey, I got a couple more things. Ahman Green had a podcast. He has another podcast with Mike Wall that he forgot to shout out, and he wanted me to shout that out for him. That's called On My Block, and it's on Apple Podcasts. If you guys want to shout that out. And I will also be on the Crown channel later this afternoon. If you guys want to hang out in offline chat, I'll host it. And you'll see what I'm doing here. So
yes, you'll check that out. For Esfand, Ryan, Ahman, and Austinshow, I'm Grandpoobear. This is Let's Go Football. Go buy Ryan's book. Go buy Ryan's book.
See you guys later.
Author.
Best-selling author.
Bye, Chad.